Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the year again. It's time for me to predict the championship. This is going to go horribly wrong. Like, when do I ever do well with predictions? I mean, I predicted League One decently enough back in 22-23, but that's about it. I'm rubbish with predictions, so let's see how these ones turn out. Again, if your club's not where you think it should be, don't get angry at me. These are just my fucking stupid opinions. This is not gonna be a reflection of the season. I don't know why I have to even announce that. But yeah, I think without further ado, let's get into this. So 24th and coming bottom of the league, I've got Derby County. Now, for me, the main factor behind this is Paul Warne. Now, don't get me wrong, lovely guy. He's a decent manager at League One level, but in the Championship, he's just a fucking disaster, isn't he? Like 3 relegations in the league, and literally in a span of what, like 5 years, like under 5 years, just mental. The signings are made as well. I mean, obviously they've only really made like about 3 that I've actually like look. Obviously, Ben Osborne, you know, he's a Championship stalwart. He's a pretty solid addition there. David Ozzo as well looks pretty promising. I'm excited to see how he kicks on this season. Jerry Yates, you know, if he gets going, he can be a 15-goal striker, but that's again if he's in form. Just a bunch of mix of just League One, lower league Championship signings, which is not a great mix. And I don't know, with Derby, I'm just not sure about them this season. I mean, yeah, obviously they did well last year to get second place, but I'm just not sure. I've got a feeling that they might end up going straight back down. And to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if Paul Warne was the first managerial casualty of the season. So yeah, 24th, Derby County. 23rd, Plymouth Argyle. Now, obviously, even since honestly before the pre-season even started, everyone I've seen pretty much backed Plymouth to get relegated, and it's mostly down to one reason: Wayne Rooney. I mean, literally the only place he's had any sort of success as a manager is at Derby, and let's be real, that was mostly down to Lee Messina. Since then, you know, DC United, he's failed. Birmingham, that was just a disaster. And honestly, you feel as though this is his last chance to prove that he can manage at a half decent level before he just ends up lingering in the fucking lower leagues for the rest of his career, or becomes a fucking pundit, which is probably going to be the likely outcome. I mean, obviously Plymouth narrowly avoided relegation last year. The team is largely unchanged. I mean, they brought in a couple of players, but again, from Europe, obviously, like, quite a few teams have actually dipped into the European market this year. But again, it's just, I don't know, with Plymouth, also second season syndrome is very much a thing. Again, just wouldn't shock me at all that Plymouth were to get relegated. So, 23rd, Plymouth Argyle. And finally, 22nd, and might be a controversial opinion, but I've gone with Blackburn Rovers now. Admittedly, I've seen one or two people predict Blackburn to get relegated. I've seen most people definitely predicting to be in and around the relegation battle this season, and I can definitely see why. I mean, as I'm recording on the 7th of August, Smolix is still at Blackburn, but there's a chance he probably is going to leave, and if he does go, that's nearly half of last season's goals is gone. And in terms of who they got up front and in midfield to replace that, not so sure. Obviously, Andy Weimann hasn't hit double digits since 21-22, and he's going to need some service. And even then, Blackburn's top assist man last season had 6 assists, so that doesn't look great. Their defence as well worries me a little bit. Obviously, they signed Danny Barnes, which I think is a good addition, but on top of what is a pretty already slow and old defence. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure all 3 of their centre halves are over 30. Like, if they come up against any quick and pacey attackers, they're going to be absolutely fucked. You know, that their defence last year was pretty bad as well. Literally the 3rd highest conceded goals last year. Only Huddersfield and Rotherham conceded more than Blackburn last season. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit worried about Blackburn. I mean, I can't see John Eustace lasting the whole season as well. I think he'll end up he'll be gone by February, the absolute latest. Yeah, Blackburn's not looking great for them at all this season. 22nd, Blackburn Rovers. 21st, Oxford United. A bit of a bold shout, I think, because obviously, yeah, literally every video I've seen so far, everyone's written off Oxford. Most people got them rock bottom, and admittedly, I did as well. But I think they could be a surprise package this season. Obviously, last season, nobody thought they would get promoted, even when the playoffs were announced. Obviously, when the 4 teams were in the playoffs, they were by far the weakest of the 4 teams, and yet they got promoted. Obviously, they had probably the two toughest opponents in Peterborough and Bolton. Absolutely brushed them aside in the 3 games, so they fully deserve to get there. Don't get me wrong, it's just a little bit of a shock. And yeah, obviously, I don't say they're by far the weakest of the promoted teams, but I think in terms of actually managing the league, it could be a little bit tough. Although to be fair, I've been very impressed with their signings, and Will Vokes, Louis Sibley, 2 very good additions in the midfield there. Also brought in Matt Phillips and Matt Ingram, who they've got experience in the Championship, but they're both not exactly the greatest of players right now. I mean, Matt Phillips hasn't had a good season since fucking COVID was a thing. He might be looking for a fresh start. He might just be looking at the ground running. I'm not so sure. However, I do like the signing of Malcolm Eberweary as well. I think that could be a pretty exciting sign. I'm curious to see how he gets on. Yeah, honestly, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Oxford at the minute. And honestly, I've got them to stay up, but I'm fully expecting just a Carlisle to happen where I had them to stay up, but then they just fucking finish rock bottom, be one of the worst teams in the history. So, we'll see. But right now, I think they'll survive. I think they'll shock a few people. 21st, Oxford United. 20th, Portsmouth. Yes, the final promoted team. I think will finish again just outside the relegation zone. I mean, to be fair, I've seen loads of Portsmouth fans on Twitter being very worried about the upcoming season. Obviously, quite a few people seem to think they haven't done quite enough. Honestly, I think they'll be fine, to be pretty honest. And, they've signed some good Championship experience, with Jordan Archer, Andre Dazelle, and recently signed Matt Ritchie, which I think is a really good pickup for this league. They signed 2 of the best players in League One from last year, Josh Murphy and Jordan Williams. They're both in there as well. They were by far and away the best team in League One last season. It wasn't even close. Like, they were top of the league for the entire year. It was mental. And honestly, they'll be fine. Genuinely, Portsmouth fans, you have nothing to worry about, in my opinion. Obviously, yeah, you'll probably be in the relegation battle still. But I honestly think I think you'll be safe with quite a few games to go. That's my opinion. 20th, Portsmouth. 19th, Hull City. Now, I knew Hull had lost quite a few of their players, but oh my god, as we're recording this video right now, they are in some deep shit. Jacob Greaves is gone. Jaden Philogene gone. Ozan Tufan's gone. All the loan players from last year are gone. Being Fabio Carvalho, Liam Delap, Aaron Connolly, people like that. They've all gone back to their parent clubs. Or if you're Liam Delap, you've signed for fucking Ipswich Town. Now, Hull scored 68 goals in the league last year. 57 of those goals were scored by players who are no longer at the club. Literally, Hull's top 10 goal scorers from last year have all left the club. It's mental. They're in trouble right now. Yes, they've brought in Ryan Giles on the permanent transfer, which I think is a good move. I think Cody Drammer as well, not a bad addition from Leeds, but the rest are just a bunch of unknown quantities. I mean, to be fair, Hull are infamous for doing business late on in the window, so I wouldn't be surprised if they've made a whole bunch of signings towards the end of the window. But again, I can only record what's in front of me right now, what's actually happened. I can't predict fucking everything. I fucking wish I would. I'd be very rich. Yeah, it's just not looking great for Hull as well. So, question marks over Tim Walter as a manager. Obviously, he failed to get Hamburg promoted last season in Germany. They sacked Lee Senior, who apparently had a pretty mind-numbing brand of football, but he got results. Which, and obviously, football is a results-based fucking business. Yeah, right now Hull are in some deep trouble, so that's why I've got them so low in the league. 19th, Hull City. 18th, I've gone with Watford. I've seen quite a few people think Watford get relegated this season, and I can see why, but I don't think so. For me, Watford in the Championship are not a team who are near the bottom of the league. It's just abnormal, especially in the last 10-15 years. They usually are up and around the top half of the league, or fighting for promotion. However, since the relegation 2 years ago from the Premier League, just haven't really looked like chances for promotion since then. You know, 2 pretty poor seasons, finishing quite low. I think they finished, what, is it 13th and 15th finished? It's just not good enough at all. And again, this year, I've got my doubts, to be completely honest. Obviously, they've got some experienced players like Jonathan Bond and Musa Sissoko. They've both rejoined the club for their second spells at the club. They've nicely needed experience in what is looking like a pretty young and inexperienced squad that they've got. Coupled with Tom Cleverley, who, yes, he was in charge for the back end of last season, but he's still relatively inexperienced as a manager. Like, he's still new to this thing. So, coupled with them, in fact, it's a pretty inexperienced football club right now. Let's be honest. And obviously, we all know Hull's owners. Watford's owners. You know, if things aren't going well, Cleverley's gonna be gone. Like, it is what it is. Yeah, I think Watford could be in for a shock this season. To be honest, I don't think they'll go down, but it's not going to be great from them. 18th for Watford. 17th, Preston North End. Now, Preston are usually a guarantee for mid-table, you know, finishing like 10th to 13th. You know, Preston are there. This time, however, I don't know. So far, it's been a pretty slow window. Obviously, I think they've actually too fair. I think this year on the day of recording, they signed like fucking like 2 players or 3 players. It's mental. However, they have lost Alan Brown, which is a huge loss for them. Obviously, their player of the season last year, the captain. He's been impressed for what like 9 years. I think he's been there for. He's now gone. Liam Miller's gone back to his parent club, so you've now lost that creativity. And right now, they're going to be relying on Will Keaton to score the goals, because I mean, Sam Greenwood, I've got my doubts over him at the minute. I don't think he's the answer for Preston. I don't think he's going to be that Liam Miller replacement. Yeah, just not. Doesn't look great for Preston right now. But again, just fucking knowing them, they're still going to end up fucking finishing like 11th or 12th. It's just written in the stars. But I've got them down 17th. Let's see what happens. 17th, Preston North End. 16th, Stoke City. Speaking of more memes in the fucking championship, Stoke finishing 16th. What a joke out of them. I mean, obviously last year they didn't. They finished 17th because we occupy 16th. Yeah, I don't know about Stoke this year. It's a weird one because last year they fucking splashed the cash on players. It didn't work out. This year they've gone a bit more of a reserved approach. Obviously, they still brought quite a few players in, but they haven't gone mental with funds like they did last year. It's a bit of a mixed bag. You know, they brought in some experienced players, you know, like Victor Johansson, Ben Gibson, Sam Gallagher. Obviously, I think Johansson's a really good addition. Obviously, like I know he's been in fucking Rotherham for ages, but I think he's still a really good goalkeeper. Gibson and Gallagher, I'm not so sure about them too. You know, they haven't really done the business at Norwich and Blackburn for the last few years now. Also brought in quite a few unproven youngsters as well, which should be interesting to see. And honestly, I think this year for Stoke, it's just have a nice boring season. Don't be dragged into relegation dogfight. If you're challenging up to the top half, brilliant. But for me, I think Stoke this year, it's just have a boring season, take a 16th, and ultimately just give Schumacher time. Can't we do fair, Schumacher? I think he's a decent manager, and I think Stoke does need to try and give him time. And to be fair, Stoke you usually do. It was only really Alex Neil who lasted like over a year. That was probably the quickest managerial departure of recent note. But yeah, I think this year it's just a year of consolidation. You know, see where they want to end up in the next couple of years, and hopefully they'll start building a little bit better. So yeah, 16th, Stoke City. 15th, Swansea City. Now, I'll be brutally honest, I'm not entirely sure on this prediction. I'm looking at it now, I'm thinking, I'm not being too harsh on Swansea, perhaps. But for me, I look at their team, I'm thinking, to be fair, they brought in some promising additions. You know, Zanford Potnik, what a pickup that is from Bordeaux. Obviously, Bordeaux's got a very unfortunate situation. Brilliant pickup for literally nothing. You know, he's a player who's something that I've been linked with in the last couple of years. brilliant addition there. But however, he would have to hit the ground running basically, because like literally, it's funny, like they literally got rid of the two top scorers from last year, fucking Jamal Lowe and Jerry Yates, who got 17 goals combined last season. They're now gone. I know Jerry Yates had his mixed match with last year, but he still scored 8 goals. You know, it's not it's like that bad. Again, it's just Swansea. I mean, again, it's just the overall lack of firepower up front, and again, Vipotnik would have to literally hit the ground running for Swansea to have even half decent campaign. Like I know, to be fair, I've seen people think Swansea will get fucking top half in playoffs and shit, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, calm down. Like they might, but right now, honestly, I don't see it. I mean, although to be fair, I do like Luke Williams, the manager. I think he'll have a good year. But for me, 15th sounds about right at the moment. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were high up in the league. But yeah, 15th, Swansea City. 14th, Queen's Park Rangers. Now, again, a pretty bold shout. Well, actually, is it really? I don't know. You know, again, Marty Cifuentes, unbelievable manager. I mean, to be fair, I think if he lasts the full season, QPR have done well to keep him. You know, again, he turned them around completely last year, and honestly, I think this year will be a better year from them, really. The only departure that noted is Sinclair Armstrong, which again wasn't that much of a big loss because he scored 3 goals last season. You know, they have brought in Zan Selar, who, similarly to Vipotnik at Swansea, he will have to hit the ground running straight away, because other than that, QPR just haven't really got much of a presence up front. Like, the last top goal scorer last year was Ilias Chair with 7 goals. Like, they need Selar to really have a good season. And to be fair, if he's firing and you guarantee you 15-20 goals, then QPR laughing, aren't they? But yeah, I think they'll be better than last year. But again, I think massive down to if they can keep Cifuentes, because if they can't, I don't know. But I think they'll be okay. So 14th, Queen's Park Rangers. 13th, Cardiff City. Now, Cardiff are that one team in the league this year. You know, we'll have it every year where there's one team who just no one knows where they're going to finish. And that seems to be Cardiff this year. Like, I've seen people think that they'll be in the bottom of the league. I've seen people have them towards the playoffs. I don't know where to put Cardiff. I've got them 13th right now, because to be fair, the signings that I have made, pretty impressive, not gonna lie. Chris Willock, good. It's just from QPR. Actually, to be fair, I just mentioned QPR lost Armstrong in there. Chris Willock also left, but by the way, I know I probably have some comments about that already. Willock also left QPR as well. Callum Chambers as well. I don't know how to pull that one off, like, but that's a outstanding signing for the fucking championship there. And also Anwar Ghazi, if you guys remember him from former Villa man. Yeah, he's now here with Cardiff, and I think he'll be an alright player. But for me, with Cardiff, again, I've said this before with clubs already in this video, a lack of firepower up front. I just could not score a goal for shit last year at Cardiff, and I think that's why some fans are getting pretty impatient with Iro Bulu. Whether or not he's going to last the full season, whether or not he's going to have a good start or not. And again, honestly, I think with Cardiff is that, you know, I think it's important for them to have a good start of the season, because yeah, if they have a bad start and Bulu gets a sack, it could be a long one for them. So yeah, honestly, to be fair with Cardiff, honestly, I can't see many other complaints over the fact that they haven't got a decent striker. Other than that, I think they're fine. You know, last year they were much better. And honestly, I think they'll be good this year. Again, 13th, Cardiff City. 12th, we're going with Millwall. Again, another one where I'm like, this could end up being massively wrong, but I'm going to go with it anyway. Now, obviously, they ended last year brilliantly. You know, Neil Harris came in, got him out of any potential danger, and he honestly looked like they won the last 5-6 games of the season. It was pretty mad. They also signed Tanganga on a permanent deal as well. He's now at the club full time. So Macaulay Langstaff as well. You know, he scores goals in any division he plays in. Honestly, I think he'll be an outside shout for the Golden Boot. I don't think he'll be quite hitting 20-30 goals like he has been for not counting Gator, but he'll still have at least. I think he'll still hit double digits this year, but without a doubt. And yeah, honestly, I think my main concern is probably about Neil Harris. You know, he came in last year and cut them up. Can he then replicate that again and do and correct what mistakes he made last time when he was at Millwall? Yeah, it's a weird one for me with Millwall, but I've got them in 12th. Again, it could go either way. Yeah, for them this year. 11th, I've gone with Sheffield Wednesday. Again, a team I think will have a much improved season from last year. You know, Danny Röhl, I'm a huge fan of his. I think the fact that they've kept him on and got a new contract is massive. They had to keep a hold of Röhl for May this season, and that's what they've done, which is great. As well as the signings as well, I've been pretty impressed by the signings. You know, Jan Valery's back in England, obviously former Southampton man. Jamal Lowe, decent year with Swansea last year. He's going to be a good addition as well. Fucking the final Talbot from West Brom. It's a really good midfielder signing as well. Now, as recording this, Ike Ugbo could also be cutting back as well. That looks as though that is going to be happening as well, which, you know, that's going to be a huge morale booster, I think, as well for Sheffield Wednesday. And honestly, I think it'll be a much more relaxed season. Might have the odd playoff push at some point, but honestly, I think that they're going in for a good season this year. 11th, Sheffield Wednesday. 10th, I've gone with Sunderland. Now, I've got absolutely no idea where we're going to finish this year. Absolutely no clue. I think we're probably something like the Cardiff where no one really knows where to put us. Because I've seen people think we'll get relegated. I've seen people think we'll get playoffs. I've seen one person think we're going to win the league as well. Like, fuck. Like, we're literally everywhere in the predictions. And again, I've gone safe. I've gone in 10th. Now, I don't know if that's just my blind faith. Because I know I've been a Sunderland fan for fucking over 10 years now. And I'm still just as naive now as when I was a fucking 8-year-old. You know, I haven't learned my lesson at all. Basically. And, yeah, honestly, I think our fans are, I think similar to Portsmouth fans, I think our fans are overreacting a little bit. Obviously, the main issue we've got right now, obviously, you know, striker, you know, it looks as though we're going to be heading into Cardiff on Saturday with a fucking 19-year-old striker who couldn't even get in the fucking Hibs team last season. But, you know, Jack Clark's still here, which is a big bonus, and Dan Ballard's signing a deal as well. Dan Neil's still here, you know. So, at the moment, as we're recording, we've kept our big hitters, and yeah, admittedly our transfer window's been a little bit slow, but I think the players I've brought in were necessity signings. You know, obviously Alan Brown, I think, is a really good pickup there for a free contract. Obviously, he took a fucking wage decrease to come here, which I think speaks volumes, really. You know, Simon Moore as well, just 2 older, experienced players. Ian Pavetta as well from Leeds on a free, which I think is very impressive as well. Obviously, had a good second half of last year with Sheffield Wednesday, so very exciting there. But yeah, I think with Sunderland, it's mainly a striker, and then maybe a couple more additions, you know, just to like bulk up the squad a little bit more. So I think squad depth's fine. It's just the quality in depth which is our main issue. You know, like I think we saw like a friendly against Bradford on there last week. Our front 11's fine, but a couple of injuries and we could be in trouble. But yeah, you know, there's still a few weeks left of the window. Hopefully we address these problems, and then honestly, I honestly think we'll be fine. You know, Reggie Labrie, you know, he's a new manager. You know, had a good first year at Lorient, second season not as good, but again, that's not, I wouldn't put all on him. You know, he was dealt a pretty bad hand at Lorient, but yeah, honestly, I think we'll be alright. Honestly, I think we'll have a more relaxed season. Obviously, I know it was basically like a season or 2 off last year at time, but I think we'll have a good year with Labrie, and honestly, the vibe around the club seems a lot better like right now than what it was, well, even 12 months ago. So fingers crossed there. So yeah, 10th Sunderland. 9th have gone with Bristol City now. Again, like obviously, like for me so far this year, mid-table's been insanely hard to predict because literally everyone's pretty much in the exact same boat. And again, like with Sunderland, like with Cardiff, like with Hull, Preston, you know, like Watford as well, Swansea. There's just a lack of firepower for Bristol City. You know, Tommy Conway, 10 goals last year. He looks as though he's going to be going to fucking Middlesbrough. So you're losing your top goals go right there. And then after him, you've got Sinclair Armstrong. I don't know. I don't know. He might end up being alright, but I just don't see it right now, to be honest with you. But we'll also be fair. Liam Manning, I am a big fan of his. I think he'll probably have a good year with Bristol City. And yeah, honestly, I think 9th place will probably be a good year for them. And I think they should embrace it. I think it'll be a solid year for Bristol City this year. So yeah, 9th Bristol City, 8th West Bromwich Albion. Now, the next 3 teams I've got in the round 6, 7th, and 8th. It was honestly, I think you could probably interchange these 3. But I've gone with West Brom in 8th. Now, obviously, they've recently been put under a transfer embargo, but I believe that's only for this season. So they should be okay come next year. You know, they've lost a couple of players. Obviously, previously mentioned Chalabi's left. Yukasu's gone as well. Thomas Asante's left as well. You know, top goal scorer last year. You know, he's gone. Connor Townsend also departed the club as well. So you know, they've lost quite a few key names there. And as well, the signings as well from abroad, again, there's some pretty unproven additions there, and you just don't know how they're going to settle in. You know, also brought in Devante Cole from Barnsley, you know, 18 goals in League One last year. If he can make this the step up to this league, and obviously I'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I can't see West Brom making the playoffs this year. I've got them in 8th, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if they make playoffs and stuff like that. So yeah, 8th West Bromwich Albion. 7th Norwich City. Now again, similar to all the teams I've got on the table right now, the reason why I haven't got Norwich to get top 6 is because of the lack of firepower up front. Gabriel Sara, gone. Jonathan Rowe and Madar on the way out. That's 31 goals you've lost already from last year. With them 3 gone. As I record right now, they haven't signed any new strikers, but apparently they have some names lined up. They've mostly gone with some defensive signings this year. Obviously, to be fair, with Norwich 9 teams below them in the league last year conceded fewer goals than them. That's probably why. You know, Callum Doyle for me is a brilliant addition. For me, he should be playing in the Premier League right now. Whether that is for Man City or someone else, but yeah, that's a really good pick up from them. You know, just a mix of youth players. You know, players from Europe as well. And obviously, and your manager as well, Johannes Thorpe as well. If he's gonna adapt to the league or not, obviously have to wait and see. Yeah, I think with Norwich, you know, it's exciting times, but I think that again, just the lack of forwards is probably the reason why I have got them to miss out on the playoffs. But again, like West Brom, I wouldn't be surprised if they did make top 6. So 7th place, Norwich City. 6th, I've gone with Sheffield United. Now, if I was making this video like 2-3 weeks ago, they would have been way lower in the league, but obviously the last few weeks they've gone fucking mental with signings. You know, Jimmy Shackleton, Sam McCallum, 2 really good fullback options there. Harrison Burrows, Harry Suter, Gilchrist as well. You know, 3 young defenders who, you know, all good in their obviously 2 championship experience. The defender there, Harrison Burrows. For me, the League One player of the season last year, just unbelievable. And also Gilchrist as well. Good addition there as well. You know, good defenders there. Yeah, and also fucking Kiefer Moore, Callum O'Hare. That could be a fucking lethal pairing if it plays off correctly. You know, Moore guaranteed goals at this level. Callum O'Hare as well, big man as well. You know, Sheffield United are going to be. I think they've got a good starting 11. But for me, the main reason why I haven't got them higher is because it's just this lack of squad depth. Like, again, they've got a good starting 11, but after that, they've just got like nobody. Like, their squad is so thin. Like, if they get any long-term injuries, they're going to be in the mud. Really are. But you know, again, the window's still got a few weeks left, so that, you know, and the fucking signing players, you know, they're gonna have a full squad. Come the end of the season. But again, like I've already mentioned before, this is based on what I can see in front of me right now. And right now, I've got Sheffield United in 6. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if they did finish higher than that. So 6, Sheffield United. 5th, I've gone with Middlesbrough. Now, for me with Borough, the main indicators of how they're going to get top 6 this season is to have a good start to the season. You know, they are, like, obviously, them and Coventry, both notorious having to slow starts to the season, which is ultimately what's cost them in the last couple of seasons. But for me this year, you know, if they have a good start to the season, they'll easily make top 6 for me. Emmanuel Latala, he's, for me, I think he will win the Golden Boot this year. He's a guaranteed like 20 goal striker right there. Finland's has as well. 21 goals and assists last year as well from midfield. They've got a good creative core at Middlesbrough. As well, I think of it as well. Michael Carrick in charge as well. He's been there for what, like 2 years now. He's adapted well at the club, and to be fair, I think really it has to be now before they start losing a couple of these key players. But honestly, I think they're in for a good season. So 5th, Middlesbrough. 4th, Coventry City. Now again, all these comparisons with fucking Coventry and Middlesbrough, like they literally are 2 peas in a pod, don't they? As much as the fans say each other, they're literally 2 peas in a pod. Same thing with Borough as well. They need to have a good start to the season, because again, the sorts of what's cost them is a lot. They really have improved their squad. Obviously, they've lost Callum O'Hare, but they brought in Thomas Asante, who, I mean, Ellison and Paddy Wright both got 29 goals between them last year. Asante got 11. So Coventry's 3 strikers right now all had 40 goals between them last year, which is just insanity. And also most of those goals from Sims came from later on in the season as well. So he's got a full season now to really kick on, and once again another contender for the Golden Boot as well. He's a good lad, Ellis Sims. They've brought in Louis Bink on a permanent contract as well. Jack Rodoni, probably the shining light in a pretty poor Huddersfield squad. He's there as well. Mark Robins, for me, is one of my favourite managers in the league as well. He's just a really good manager. Knows the league inside and out. Yeah, I think Coventry they're gonna have a good year this year. Coventry. 4th, Coventry City. 3rd, Leeds United. Now I've got all the Leeds fans screaming at me for not having them in the top 2, but yeah, I just don't know. I think my top 2, who you've probably already worked out who they are by now, I just think they're better than Leeds right now. Leeds have had a pretty big clear. They've got rid of quite a lot of dead wood. They have also lost Archie Gray and Christian Somerville. Somerville got 19 goals last season. He's now gone. Gray, he's an amazing breakthrough season as well. He's gone as well. However, Rutter, Nando, and Sincero are all still there, which is great. But there's obviously a chance all 3 can still leave at any point during the season. That's just there's a lack of striker up for Joe Perreault. Just did not have a great year as people thought you would. I think you got like 11 goals last year, which I know it's still all right, but for a team chasing promotion, you've got to be doing better than that. And yeah, if Leeds still lose the likes of Rutter, Nando, and Sinistera, they could be in a lot of trouble right now. Because again, they've gone with mostly defensive signing. Joe Rodon coming back with, I think they're pretty good at signing there. Jidden Bogle as well, not a bad pickup there, and also Joe Rothwell as well, a really, really good midfielder at the championship level. So yeah, they've brought some decent names, but again, for me, it's just, I think the top 2 are just better than them right now. So yep, 3rd, Leeds United. 2nd, Luton Town. Now again, for me, you could interchange my top 2, but I've got Luton in 2nd place right now. For me, the main thing, that they've kept this team together. Ross Bach is the only big departure there. Other than that, everyone's still there, and that squad now has both experience in the Premier League and getting promotion from getting promotion as well. So they're going to be pretty wise and know what to expect from this year. Again, Rob Edwards as well, a pretty good manager as well. I'm a big fan of Rob Edwards as a manager. So honestly, I think Luton will. I don't think easy get promotion. But I think they'll go straight back up this year. I've got a good feeling about them. 2nd, Luton Town. And 1st, Burnley. I know it's a boring answer, but I just can't look past them right now. Again, pretty similar to Luton. They've kept this team together. Muric is probably the only big loss you could say there, but to be fair, James Trafford I think will do well at this level. Bit of a step up from League One to the Premier League last year for him. I think he'll probably find a level this year around. Again, the team's kept together. It's a stronger team than the one that got promoted last time, as well, which was also a pretty neat thing as well. And Scott Parker, you know, people have got their reservations about Scott Parker, but for me, he's already got 2 promotions at this level. So yeah, I'm pretty convinced that he'll get this team promoted without a doubt. Yeah, the football might not be great like what it was on the company, but yeah, I think Burnley gonna. I don't know if they'll walk the league like the last time, but I think they'll still go up as champions again this year. So first, Burnley. And there we go, guys. I think my longest prediction video ever, which is mental. But I wanted to really like go in depth into every prediction there, so that's why I've done that like that. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Who you think is gonna do, how your team's gonna get on this year. Should be a pretty good season overall. I'm looking forward to see how it plays out. So there's that. Anyway, cheers for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.